All right. Audio good. All right, we're good. All right. We good? There it is. All right. Yeah, we're golden. We're golden. What's up, guys? Just chilling. I'm having some difficulty starting here. I'm back. What's up? Apparently we're waiting, but I didn't want to wait any more longer than what we had to already. So, um, just because the guys have been starting earlier than normal, which is not normal. Normally we start around this time, and then the one time I'm actually being nice and like, okay, I'll just start because they've been going like super early. I set up like 30 minutes before the showtime, and then they both can't show up today. So, or they're late. I guess Mark's got some things going on. He'll be on later, and then Bryan has issue with his power. So, just gonna chat for a little bit. And see who's here, see who's not, and then we'll talk about a little bit of football. But no, I've look, if you are new here in the last month and you don't recognize my face, hello, my name is Martin. I'm a little sick still. I've been gone for almost a month, so military duty had me gone for a bit. So I had to take care of that. We came back, and then I came back a little sick towards the end. So it wasn't fun. I was basically in bed rest for like almost a week. I didn't even get to sleep in my own bed for like almost a whole week. So I was just basically upstairs sick. I still don't have my voice back for some reason. I don't know why. So if you can't hear me, let me know. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we're doing Twitch today. I forgot. We haven't done Twitch in a while. We've been doing episodes every day, all the time. We've been doing it on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So I forgot. I clicked on freaking on Twitch. So that was an accident. But hey, we're here. We're here. But yeah, I've been gone for almost a whole month. Again, I got sick. I'm still not recovering. I'm still not fully recovered from that. So we're going through that. But right now, the show hasn't started. I just thought that maybe people are wondering who the hell I am, or hello, welcome back if you're original OGs. But yeah, no, I'm kind of sort of back still, getting things done, getting back into the society of life and being a regular person. Um, it's one thing about the military is when you're doing military 24/7 every day. You go to bed military, you wake up military. Like nothing outside of that is matters. It's one thing. It's just the way it is. When you're out in training, you're not home. You have your brothers and sisters out there, uh, and you guys got to get the job done. And it's kind of tough because you don't have time to talk to the outside world. And it's not even boot camp. It's like, yeah, I have time to call my family, but it's just like we're so busy. And I remember one night we're eating dinner, and the whole Israeli Iran bombing, and we're like, it just felt really weird. We looked at each other and we're like, is this real? Like, is this what's happening right now while we're eating dinner? So one guy has 32 days left in his contract, and he gets super pissed, and he slams his fist on the table and he goes, dude, I got 32 days left. This couldn't happen like after I was done. So yeah, I don't know if we get called, we get called. But it was pretty funny because he's about to retire. He's about to retire. So um again, I got sick towards the end. My voice is still kind of like not fully there, so I'm hoping these guys do come on. If not, this is going to be a short episode because I don't know if my voice can handle it the whole time. Yeah, I just kind of want to just recap of why I haven't been here, why things were kind of just Mark and Bryan, or sometimes Bryan by himself. I don't know. Some of the episodes I didn't even get to watch. Like, I was just so busy. I think I watched maybe 2. The Sundays, forget about it. I didn't get to watch at all. But what's up, Raiden? What's up, Anthony? Yeah, no. So again, I'm excited. I actually came back just in time to watch the draft. I was sick as hell. I literally watched it from my couch. So I did watch a crazy draft. Not I overall, if I'm going to compare this draft to last year's, I think last year's was more crazy. The trades is what kind of made it more crazy than this year. This year it was more just like, decision making of why and what happened. So if the guys come on today, we'll talk about that. Again, Brayden is, or not Brayden, but Bryan is having power issues. I guess half his house is out. I don't know how half his house is power and half of it's not. I whatever. But then and Mark said he needed more time. I guess he needed to eat dinner at some time. But just weird because they've been coming on at this time, like way sooner. I set it up 30 minutes before this, and they've been going on way sooner. And this is probably why I haven't watched, because as soon as I hit 6 o'clock my time, I expected them on, and they were already like 45 minutes in. I'm like, oh well, then there's no point because I've already missed like half the conversation. So I was like, whatever. Remember, did the Falcons pick make no. So it was just a crazy journey. We went down south. Can't really talk about what we do and why, just because of that's the nature of what we do in our training. So, but no, I hate doing it. But I also love doing it. It's like love hate relationship when I do it when I'm gone. Because when I'm gone, I miss out on regular life, regular world. I don't know what I come back to. Sometimes I get to watch the news, and then the news is always negative usually. So, but I did try to keep up with some some football too, because why, we're in Dynasty. This is a Dynasty show, so it does affect me. So I tried to keep it to every Sunday, and kind of do some type of update with my league and talk to them, and just to keep my mental state of football still there. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't talk to any of these guys or anything. So, oh damn, I would jump on with you, but still driving home from work. Oh, hey, you're good. I'm hoping these guys will come on. If these guys just text me and they tell me, hey, we're not coming on, at all, then this is just going to be a show on why Martin's gone, or on why he's coming back and where he's been. So, because I will get into as soon as my voice does fully come back. So I'm gonna need these guys' help a lot today. The schedules needs to come out, which should be here soon. I know tomorrow, it's a big day for the NFL because they need to sign their 5th-year options like tomorrow. If not, then they got to talk about it later. So that has to happen. So, but yeah. Other than that, though, that's what we got today. We're gonna talk about the teams, how we felt about them, because Sunday we didn't have a show. I was sick. The guys were expecting me to be back. I couldn't talk really. Like I had no voice. So, and I don't know if you remember my voice from like a month ago. It's not fully here. So, Mark getting on right now. Awesome. So, yeah. So we'll talk about the grades today. We'll talk about that, how we felt about some of these draft picks and how we felt. But I will get into these teams individually. I will have a set schedule. So if you want to tune into that team specific, I will have that day marked on your calendar for you. Basically, like, oh yeah, May 23rd, he's doing this team. Or May 15th, he's doing this team. Like I will try to do that. I will try and keep it, and I will update it, because if I decide to go on a Saturday, just because I felt like talking about football, I'll do it on a Saturday. But I typically don't. I usually just keep it Monday through Friday. The summer is when I usually get more busy, because I do like a overview recap of the rosters on what they're doing and what they did for these teams, because they just had the draft. Like if you live in a cave and you're just coming back, and you don't know what happened, and this is your first interaction of NFL right now, like, why? First of all, why are you watching me? But if this is your first interaction, the NFL just had a draft, so big moment. It's probably one of the biggest days ever, because why? New rookies get added, and then especially for us Dynasty degenerates, we get to add to our rosters. And some people already do their freaking drafts already. Like there's leagues out there which I respect their conas, because they have drafts before the actual rookie draft, and they just draft their guy and hope that their guy, like say they drafted Marvin Harrison last month, right? They drafted him. They're expecting him to land on the Cardinals, but hey, NFL teams do trades. He could have landed anywhere, but we know where he landed. So yeah. Sorry, I got a cough drop in my throat. I was trying to get chew on it right now. Get rid of it. But yeah, overall, if you watched the draft, let me know what you thought. Once these guys get in here, we'll talk more about it in depth. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, like this is your time, like in military, like what do you do? Like what else do you do? How you enjoy? Oh, dude. So the scouting, like I'm not gonna put any of this up because I might delete any, but I am reading what you guys are saying, so I might actually delete some of this or all of it. I don't know. But the scouting is going okay. I had to take some time off because why? Because the military screwed up everything. I couldn't go to school. I had to take some time off from that. I had to get any reports done. Here's one thing about that though. Why do I send up these reports for them just to ignore me? Like I mean, not me specifically, but it just seems that way, right? Like they make their own decisions. We just give them what these players are. Like, hey, Rasta does this, this, and that. He's good at this, this, and that. And then you tell the boss, and the boss goes, nah, you know what? We'll take Johnny over there, even though he fits everything you told me that he's good at. Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of these situations is. But hey, give them the information, and they go about doing their own thing. So some teams did that, especially like my team for sure. Don't be fooled. I'm not a Colts fan. I will wear jerseys throughout the season. Probably I'm trying to hit all 32 jerseys eventually. So we're very unbiased here on this channel. So yeah. But no, it's just happened. So so I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I can talk more football with the guys. I missed you guys. I missed it just seems like it was just way too long. When I first got back, I was sick, and I actually watched Rasta. Rasta, if you want to plug in your show, you guys are already starting to do mock drafts, which is good. It's too early for me because the IDP is not in yet. But if you're doing dynasty drafts, some dynasty drafts are probably kicking off already now that the actual draft is done. So yeah, good for them. But yeah, go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead, plug in your show. It's the Get Right Crew. They do mock drafts all off season. If you want to get into a mock draft, sometimes they have these tournaments as well, and you get in on these Friday ones or Thursday ones or Wednesday ones or whatever specific days they can, if they're doing it this year, and you earn yourself some money. The grades are judged by them. I don't know if you guys are doing that this year, but I know in the past they have done that year. So yeah, Ross, but you're driving right now, so Braden, if you have their link, I don't know if it's probably somewhere in the description down below. So but yeah, so again, it was a crazy month. I'm glad I'm back. Hopefully I can get better. Again, I won't be here this Sunday again. Again, because military, again, it's a lot's going to happen right now. If you haven't watched the news, a lot is happening right now. And I'm transferring more soldiers to a different unit, so it makes it harder on us as a leadership standpoint. So and I'm in that role right now, so I kind of have to deal with that with all the transfers and everything. We're going to lose more to different units in August. So I will try my best to be here as much as I can. I think after this weekend I'll already be able to do more. But first my voice, and it looks like the gentlemen are here. Thank God, because I'm gonna need their help a lot this episode for sure. But we are talking about the greats. What's up, Braden? Or Bryan and Mark? I look,
Braden
man.
was on here. I saw.
Yeah. I haven't started the intro yet, so we can there you go. Is that the link there? Mock draft tournament starts July 29th, $50 cash prize. There you go.
All right.
And that's the Get Right Fantasy Network. Like, they're good guys. I know them personally. Like, I talk them off of their shows. I hit them up. Like, I talk to them, text them. I've never met them, but they're really good guys. I've talked to the phone with them. So
You know what's funny is that I'm actually me and Tank will be spending time with Mark Memorial Day weekend because he is coming into Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So we get to spend some time with Mark, and which just sounds really, really cool. And we need to all meet up somewhere, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I plan on going up there eventually at some point. As soon as the schedule comes out, man. I'm going to Dallas this year. So I will have a Dallas Cowboys stadium video this year.
That's awesome.
I'm probably going to go to Denver. Last year I was supposed to, and it didn't happen. So I'm probably going to cover 2 teams outside of my state. Those episodes are fun. If you've never been inside those stadiums before, I will kind of do my best to take a tour in there as much as I can. Not everyone has been inside these stadiums, and I don't see like in live tours, I guess. I don't know. Like, I think the Cardinals one was pretty cool. I
think
snuck all the way down to the field.
The Vegas one was cool. That's the one I thought.
The Vegas one? Vegas one was pretty cool too. So
yeah.
But yeah. Hey, did your Myles Garrett jersey come in?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I got that. I got my Jerome Bettis. Dude, I have at least about 4 or 5 new jerseys that I cannot wait to do every week. It's so bad.
Yeah, mine came in. I got home and I had like packages. I was like, look, I'm gone. So
I know this year the Bears play the Colts. So me and Tank are definitely buying tickets, and we're going to see Mark. Even if I got to buy Mark's ticket, we're going to the game.
Are they in Indy or Chicago?
In Indy.
In Indy? Okay.
Which is like the best place because Indy is like the coolest big little town. Like it's a big city that you could park on the street and walk into the stadium. It's just like it's incredible.
I wouldn't know, but I almost went to the draft.
Hey, Mark, you look like Tank.
Yeah, there you go. What's going on? What's up, man? The whole gang's here. Awesome.
I was like, I couldn't get my sound to work again. And then I plugged my mic, plugged it back in. I'm like, oh, my sound works now. And I look down. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Now my camera isn't working. I was like, what the heck? What is going on? I just keep getting the notification. The browser has lost connection with your audio. Like,
oh my gosh,
what is happening?
Yeah,
we're good now.
So yeah, sorry if you got the notification like 45 minutes ago. Again, these guys had something going on, and I can't hold a conversation that long in my current state.
Half my house was out. Like literally, it's like literally the front half was out and the back half was on. So like the TV would be on, but the internet wouldn't work. Like it was just like I couldn't have two things that matched. They didn't make any sense.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad you guys are. Thank you guys for holding it down.
Oh, no problem.
Sunday you guys are gonna do it again because I'm gone. Yeah, it sucked. We just got back, and then as soon as we get home, they're like, "Hey, we got to come back in 2 weeks." We're like,
"Oh no!"
Yeah,
that is awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, are you guys ready to start, or do you guys want to talk about anything outside of football before we actually start?
No, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. I've been gone for a while, but we'll do the intro.
Exactly.
It's like riding a bike, man. You got this.
What is up? It is Wednesday, another episode of Dynasty Pylon. Yes, I am back. Kind of, sort of. I'm still kind of sick. But we're all here. So it's been a while. It's been maybe a month exact.
Yeah, I think it is exactly a month.
Yeah.
4
so
weeks.
Yeah, it's been wild. But I'm glad I got to see the draft. I was mainly more concerned about that. Like I got back in town. I was like, I want to at least watch the draft. There was 1 year I didn't get to watch the draft, and I'm pretty sure I blew up Mark's phone nonstop. I'm like, hey man,
I remember.
Where are the running backs going? That year I really wanted to know about the running backs. But yeah, I was out in the snow dealing with stupid trucks and all kinds of stuff, and Mark was just sending me updates. I had no internet connection because I was too high up north. There was no internet up there, but I was getting connection for text message. So I was literally, Mark was my draft, like basically just telling me everything. So it was pretty bad. Yeah, and that was like 2-3 years ago. Look, but I was sick as a dog just watching it, and
I was on here doing it by myself, but without your help, I don't know how I would have been able to do it because I went on for me and Mark were on for like the first 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to carry the next hour, 35 minutes. And if you didn't say anything in chat, I would have been like in trouble because I was tired of talking.
Yeah, my internet went out. So
yeah, I remember that. I was watching that. So it wasn't bad. But
I was literally like on my ESPN app on my phone, like, all right, he's getting drafted next. I was like, can't watch anything because we don't have TV. We have nothing but streaming in the house. So there's no internet, no TV.
Saver, what's up, man? Good to see you. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Saver? Yeah.
I'm still kind of recovering. I got sick towards the end of the training, so my voice is kind of shot a little bit. So if there's a point where I just cannot talk anymore, I'm gonna have to call it quits on myself. Maybe these guys can close it out later. We'll see. We'll see how my voice holds up. This is probably the most I'll be talking in almost a week. So yeah. But yeah, Mr. Bro, thank you for, of course, man. I thank you for appreciating and supporting and understanding the struggles of what these men and women do. It's not an easy task. It really isn't, and so I'm dealing with it today. Some of us didn't get paid, so
oh no,
yeah. So there's that. I was
wait.
Can't have that.
Said
it
IOUs.
It happens. Something in the system changes, change of address, or something stupid happens. But today we're going to talk about the grades. And also, I was trying to come back last week. I really was. Why? Because there was a Gridiron Heights episode that dropped. I just couldn't talk at all. I had no voice. So we're gonna watch it today. So when we watch it, think before the draft. But yeah, it's actually pretty funny. So from the little parts that I watch, I couldn't hold a week. I'm sorry, guys. I just couldn't hold a whole week of not watching this episode, bro. Like I just couldn't.
I already dissected it.
Say what?
Martin's like, I already dissected it. I know what all the things say.
He has all it marked on the video. He knows exactly what's about to happen.
He's got a whole video.
I watched it once. I watched it once. I didn't watch it like multiple times to remember what actually happened. So, but yeah. But Mark, how was the draft for you? What did you feel before we dive into these teams, man? Like, obviously you were watching it from your phone because you
well, it was like I think when did my internet go out? Like 12 or 13?
Probably about the 4th pick, I think.
No, so because we got to see
Marvin. Well, I missed the first like 4 picks.
Yeah. So we got to see what you call it.
I think when I jumped in, Marvin Harrison got drafted.
Okay.
And we saw
Penix. I know I was there for Penix because
we were talking like
he was like, oh my god, I can't wait for Martin. He's like, I wish Martin was on right now so I could see his reaction.
I have some thoughts about that.
And he said that, and I looked at him like Michael Penix Jr. And he almost looked at me like, how'd you get that so fast? I was like, I heard reports that they were in love with the guy.
It makes sense. So I'm not hating. I'm not giving a bad grade on that draft.
I've accepted what they did. I'm still not happy how they did it.
My thought process is I understand why they did it, and I don't blame them for getting Michael Penix, but I don't think you need to get him there.
Yes, that's how I felt about it.
But the Raiders love him, and if you couldn't go, if you say you drop down to 10, you switch with the Jets, and the Raiders switch with the Bears to 9, now you don't get your guy.
I felt that they could have traded with the Vikings knowing they were going to get JJ.
I think they should have traded with the Vikings. That's what my thought process was.
Right. So knowing that they were going to get JJ.
I don't think the Raiders or the Broncos were really trying to trade up. I really don't think so.
The report is that the Raiders were in talks with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So even say they traded with the Vikings and then the Raiders jumped to 10, you lose them.
And I'm sure Martin would have been okay with that.
Yeah, but maybe they weren't. So and the fear is that is twofold. It's one, Kirk Cousins doesn't come back as good as he was. Like you guys know, Achilles is like the worst injury for athletes. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless J.K. Dobbins, it was a walk in the park.
Because he has like 4 of them.
He said it was like spraining an ankle. Oh, okay. Chill out there, Mr. J.K.
The fact that he's 24 years old and he's still saying this is, if he comes back and he's like lightning out of a bottle, I will be shocked as hell. It's a possibility because he's so young, but his body's like old.
His body's 80 years old.
Yeah. So obviously, we talked about like draft overall. Like obviously, Chicago went with their guy. They got who they wanted. And then Commanders, I actually want to talk about them. That I love
it.
Who they got, I really do. I am happy.
It's for weird to leave a draft and be like, I have confident people.
I really like.
Well, a lot of the experts have us on the top of the people who won the draft, and I'm like, really?
You had to. You got your guy, and he's a great fit for the team. We talked about this all last week.
I'm talking about the whole draft, though. Like,
you fixed your line in two different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have your guy quarterback. You add to everything you need. You have edge rushers now. I mean, it was. I thought
overall, though, I think you guys did.
You got in another defensive tackle. You're due from Illinois.
Yes,
I mean he's a beast, and I like him.
And dude, Johnny is awesome. Johnny
Newton
is
amazing.
Awesome.
My thought process when we got him, because my dad was like, "Why did we get a D?" I'm like, "Oh, well, Dan Quinn runs a 3-4, so I'm assuming our front three will be him, Allen, and Payne will probably be the actual defensive tackle."
That pick upset me.
He's the big guy.
Because the pick before that was the Falcons,
mm-hmm.
and they
their defensive tackle that they got.
I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, like okay, thank you.
He's good, but again, Newton was right there. I just
a lot of people
needed to get pressure on the quarterback. Atlanta needs pressure on the quarterback. I think everything else in their defense works. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that doesn't work, and that's the only thing they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, who was your favorite team?
Honestly, mine. I love what the Commanders did. I loved it.
The guy.
I think my fear is Vikings. The Vikings are the ones who did the best. I feel like the Vikings did the best.
They did in the first round, but it cost them because they had nothing the second day.
But it's exactly what they need to do.
But you got two potential top 10 picks, not even in the top 10, really.
Exactly. Without trading all that stuff up and getting the guys you wanted, surrounding them with, and it's the addition by making Justin Jefferson happy too. So it's like it's not just what you did; it's what's going to come out of it. The Vikings did a great ass job. That division will be something.
So you mentioned the Commanders. The only thing I thought was confusing on why the hell Cade Stover was not drafted and they got Ben Sinnott.
Yeah.
Cade Stover is amazing. Like, that guy is going to be amazing.
I'll tell you why we got him, because the guy we had just came from San Francisco, and this guy's being compared to Juicek. He's going to be our Juice.
However, Ben Sinnott is a large human being.
He is.
He's like, what, 6'8"? Like,
I saw videos of him playing hockey, laying people out.
He is massive. I'm like, I hope he strives. But I really did like what
I like Stover too. We had some mock-ups who were like, yeah, Stover's to Washington makes sense.
Yeah, but you don't. Stover is a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But then apparently that corner we got out of Michigan, they said in a year could be the best nickel corner in football.
He has great hips. I always thought that. Michigan you coming from a professional defense, great talent, and you're disciplined. Mm-hmm. So the one thing you guys don't have is discipline from your DBs. And
we got Dan Quinn now. So.
And he's going to demand it.
I know.
But what's up, Anthony? How are you, man?
Hey, Anthony, how's it going?
So earlier we were talking about what if Kirk did those next 3 years
take over in 5 years.
Waste? I don't think so. I don't think so, because in the next 3 to 4 years, at that point, we'll see where Kirk is at. Penix was a safety blanket. Like, we don't know if Kirk's going to be solid ready by week 1 or 2. We don't know. He says he's good, but Penix might be the guy playing week 1. For all we know, it could be Heineke. Like, the Falcons are laughing here, saying we could just throw one of these guys out there and we'll be somewhat productive. Because Heineke to London is a very good connection. Penix is supposed to be really good, right? His
accuracy is beyond, like, as you start to watch the tape, you start to realize how accurate he really is with the ball. And he still runs a sub 4.5 40.
Yeah.
With all the stuff that happened to him, that he is a freak of an athlete.
Week 1, they're okay. Week 1, they're okay. Obviously, Kirk is going to be the guy. And I know the question's like, why, 4 years from now, blah, blah, blah. His contract's going to end up. Both their contracts end up. But at that point, That's 4 years from now. Anything can happen. They could trade him off. We don't know.
You really believe he's going to be there in 4 years? I don't.
Kirk, no, probably 3, and then that's
well, I
probably
assume 3 because I think that's what his guaranteed money goes through.
Right.
So it's 2.5. I think he gets traded that third year. In that third year, you trade him because you realize what you have, and you're ready to go ahead and do. And then you can even get out that after 2 years and just say, all right, whatever, because you're paying a quarterback cheaply. You know, you're going to pay Penix $8 million a year, so it doesn't even matter. You can get out of it a year early and do like the Giants are, and just say he's our new guy. We're going to pay him to go,
right?
Or you trade him,
right? And also another thing is, you know, the situation with the QBs the next years. They are primed to win. This is going to be the key factor, guys, and this is what made me think about this. They are primed to win that division right now. They made so many moves last year on defense that it elevated them to the next level. All they needed was a QB. Kirk is that guy. They should win that division, right? They should. They should be the number one. Should. I can't because, hell, we thought freaking Rams were going to be crappy, and they turned out to be good. So this is why I use emphasis on the should. They should be good. Now, if they win that division, where does that put them in the draft? Late as hell. They are not going to have an early pick this in the next couple of years because they have Kirk. This team is very young. They're not going to have an early pick probably for the next couple of years. And I think this is why they did it. But
they're going to pick between 18 and 26.
Yeah, they're not going to have the 8. Thank God. I'm tired of the 8th pick, man. Like, Jesus Christ. So, yeah.
I mean, but
that's why, Anthony.
Great drafts. I mean, think about it. When you have now Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Rondell Moore as your receivers, to go with Kirk Cousins, to go with Kyle Pitts. I mean, they have everything you want.
Wait, so, Darnell Mooney really went to the...
Yeah, Darnell Mooney made $14 million a year at the Falcons. He left as a Bear and went to the Falcons. So that's why I'm saying, like, they have.
Oh, I shouldn't be shocked. You went to Chicago South.
Yeah, so that's where it's at. We'll see how it goes. But for the Falcons, I think they're going to end up in the 20s somewhere where it's probably where that receiver run is going to be at. Yeah. So
I still think my favorite meme out of the whole situation, though, and I think Martin might get a kick out of this, is, man, was Desmond Ritter so bad they had to go sign a quarterback for $100 million and draft one?
Desmond was bad. I did not like him. Mark, I still don't know what you saw in that guy. I don't know what you saw.
Oh, no. You saw in Sam Howell. Can we all agree this is worst draft class?
Sam Howell did a little bit better.
It's better. Sam Howell's going to go to Seattle in 2 years. Is going to be the starting quarterback.
He's going to ride the bench.
No, the problem with Sam Howell was that he wouldn't ever stand behind anybody. He's going to push whoever's in front of him.
That's why we traded him. They sat down with him and said, this is our plan. And he said, no, I want to be the quarterback. And they're like, you're not going to work with him? He said, no. And they're like, okay, bye. But hey, he turned like a 5th rounder into like a 2nd, 3rd. So not the worst. Or 5th or 3rd. So not too bad, I guess.
Yeah. So look, the things happen.
We did get Hartman.
They made their choice. Again, I'll talk about it more in depth when I get to the Falcons episode. I'll be doing the individual teams here soon. So get ready for that, and then I'll have a set schedule for those because it's just going to be me.
Let's go.
So are you picking up Penix Jr.'s deal?
No, I mean he's gonna sign a 4-year deal, and they're gonna put his 5th-year option possibly. So
yeah, so they'll have him for 5 years,
and you're gonna have to pay him $8 million. Like you look at Justin Fields' contract. That's what Penix is going to sign. So you don't have to pay him anything till year 4. So and even what you're paying in year 4 is like $7 million.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, and then year 5 will only be like 30 probably at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Cody? Hey guys, I have Josh Allen and Purdy in my dynasty. I'm thinking about trading Purdy plus some picks to get Caleb Williams. Is it worth the extra picks, or should I just roll with Purdy? I like what you could do for this season right now, there is the question if they trade out Ayuk or Debo. That's one less weapon.
I think it's gonna be Debo. I think that's the one.
Pittsburgh is interested in him. Yeah,
we'll see. But Caleb is primed to have all these weapons around him.
Yeah,
they've upgraded the line. Like when I get to this Bear episode, I'm going to. I hate to say this. I'm going to be talking good things about them. Okay. That offense is.
Don't you pump your fist? You're not a Bears fan this year.
No. I will not spend $1 on them. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but I still like the Bears.
I
ain't spending money on them.
You said you were done with them. You said you were a Steelers fan now, so.
I am definitely a Steelers fan. I got my
jersey in the mail. Yep. See, I knew it.
The fact is, the Bears have made moves. Like your worst receiver is Rome Odunze. Like, get the hell out of here. So Caleb should be primed to have all this greatness, but that's that lingering question. They don't have chemistry yet, and that's what worries me. It's a new staff, new system, new everything. It's so new that it might take them a year or two to develop. I like the talent, but how is it going to work right away? We don't know. I'm going to keep Purdy here, though.
You have Purdy now, and you have Josh Allen, and they're relatively on the same timeline. So getting Caleb Williams could be smart in dynasty points because you're getting someone younger, right? That could be possibly indecent for a long period of time. So though I can see myself.
What did you just say about Caleb Williams there, Brian?
He's young.
No, you say it's going to be decent for a long period of time.
Well, I think so. I always said what his floor. I say is Kyler Murray. I've been staying with that. His floor.
Kyler Murray throws for 5,000 yards next year.
He could.
I'm gonna cry because I don't have him anymore. That's what's gonna happen. Be like, God dang it!
Boy, you traded him right when they have the best receiver drafted.
I know, right? I was like, of course, I get rid of Kyler, and what happens?
So does this change your mind, Mark? I also have DJ Moore, so I like stacking up Caleb with him.
Oh, he does have DJ Moore. It's not the worst. But how about I throw this out there? I'll see what you guys say. Mm-hmm. What if you trade Josh Allen and keep Purdy and Caleb?
No. See, I think Josh Allen's going to have his best year ever next year because it's all going to be Josh Allen. Everything you're going to be doing is going to come from Josh Allen. Josh Allen, if he doesn't win the MVP next year, he's never win the MVP. I feel like he's going to blitz everybody.
You're saying he's going to be next year's Lamar because it's all
exactly. Because I think the Bills are going to be better than
everybody, and they have nobody. He's going to be the MVP.
He's going to be because he's the answer.
Sounds like some sound.
Don't doubt Coleman.
I'm just saying he's the answer.
I love Coleman. Tight ends. He has the best friggin' press conference.
Keon Coleman's amazing.
He's gonna wear a guy's jacket, and he's like telling himself, "No, Macy's.
I got this at Macy's."
Did you see the video where he went in the Bills? Did you see the video where he went in the Bills' cold room?
Yes.
And he came out and he goes, "Oh no, we gotta turn the lights out and play the Undertaker's music."
I'm gonna come out like Undertaker. Yeah.
It was amazing. I love this man. This guy is a treasure.
He ran down the field and everything. He's screaming and
I was like, this guy is cool.
Coleman's good. Kincaid's good. They got themselves another running back, so another pass catcher back there. So and then you got Curtis Samuel as well. Look, I just think that it's going to be very interesting. I don't think you need to trade Josh Allen. There's no way. Like, I'm not doing that at all. No way. Mark, I like you bringing that up. But no.
Well, that's how maybe you get more for him, and you still have your double.
True.
Could, but are you sure about the other two? Are you sure that Purdy, when you get rid of the talent, does the same thing? Are you sure on Caleb Williams right now? If you're not, and you know Josh Allen is probably the third best quarterback in the entire league, and he's young, and he's going to be that for the next 8 years. You know, so I can't trade the sure thing. I would rather take the flavor of the month to trade the flavor of the month. And I know Josh Allen's still going to be good.
He said Caleb is only 2 years younger.
Yeah, than Purdy, but it's different. It's younger, and it's a different generation, and he has more talent. He's going to be talented for a while, and he has a rookie contract. So, like, you're going to have to pay him 2 years earlier, too. So you're going to lose more and more people, and you paid San Francisco paid all this money on the defensive end. So Bosa is making what, $136 million too. So I'm just saying, I think Purdy would be the one I would trade.
But you're also giving picks.
Depends on what the picks are.
That's what I'm saying. At least with
Caleb is probably the 102, 103. Like, you're gonna have to give up Purdy and what? A third and fourth rounder?
Okay, next year. I'm not.
Well, yeah, because they already have the draft. I'm assuming.
I'm not amazed by next year's talent.
Yeah, but a third or fourth next year could be a solid running back or a good receiver that you probably grab up. Like, third or fourth round is that running back state. A good wide receiver prospect.
Did you have DJ Moore? I mean, I think the talent is worth the look at it, especially the stack and getting younger. I mean, I just think things are lining up as you're going about it. Like, it just lines up to go ahead and make that move, as long as they're not asking for too much. If they are asking for a first rounder, then I'm out.
I'm out. I'm not doing that.
I'm out of that.
The thing is,
for a third, I'm there.
You have Josh Allen. You're not going to put any of these two guys over Josh Allen anyways. And is this a super flex? Because it seems like everybody's going to freaking super flex lately.
It is. It's a lot.
Yeah.
We'll be there in 2 years. No, I'm just kidding.
No, absolutely.
Just kidding.
I've played in leagues like that. I get it.
We did one together. It was terrible.
It's not terrible. I understand the process. Me personally, I just don't like doing it because when I'm watching a game, I see one quarterback on the field. All the other, there it is, super flex. Okay. And that's
so you're gonna play him.
Here's the thing, I'm in a now. Okay, so
but
if you're in a win now mode, I wouldn't do it.
Caleb doesn't hurt that though, does it? I mean, it's the stack with DJ Moore.
You know what Shanahan's already setting up Purdy for. Mm-hmm. Even if they lose one of the receivers, you still got Ricky Parcell, who should.
That's what I said. They brought in,
which I thought that was a great pick.
All I'm saying is Purdy's just as primed as much as Caleb. I understand the stack is nice. We don't know what's going to happen still. They might need a whole year of chemistry to figure this out. Do you know Purdy's primed to do what it is or do what it needs to be done with Shanahan and with the weapons that they have now and give up picks? I'm going to keep it safe and run with Josh Allen and Purdy. I'm not going to run with Josh
if you're
Allen.
in win now mode, I would just keep both of them.
It's just too risky for me. Because
my worry is always with San Francisco is that your best player, your left tackle, is getting older.
Exactly, Cody. Exactly. That right there is
Caleb has to hit. He has to hit. That has to be the answer. But I think he does get you a lot of points.
He should.
You know, there's too much talent around him. Just like we say, Brock Purdy, he could do Brock Purdy things. Plus, he's going to do Caleb Williams things. Like, he has that much talent around him.
He should. Now, he's not Zach Wilson, okay? Like, I'm not saying he's Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson was in this position where he first got to the Jets, and they had every weapon available for him. He had one of the best lines in the league and really good weapons. He was supposed to do good, and he didn't do good.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to compare Caleb to Zach Wilson because the talent levels.
The thing is, Kyler Murray's the person to look at. Kyler Murray, his rookie year. That's what we should be looking at. And throwing for all these yards, throwing for more interceptions. Everything that we're talking about is Kyler Murray.
There you go. That's a better example.
Both number one overall picks.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to be. So you're comparing what can Kyler Murray do. Caleb Williams could have a great year. I'm not saying he's going to have a great year, but I think he's going to have a productive year and very good for fantasy purposes because of all the talent they have around him and a new offense.
So overall, Cody, I'm me personally, I'm not doing it, and I'm keeping my picks. That's just me. Because I even tried to get Purdy last year, and it just wasn't happening. I offered Dak and a pick for him, and I did
somebody.
Again. And I got denied. I would have loved to have Purdy and Josh Allen. So I would
be fair though. I just traded for him myself.
Yeah, but look, that's another discussion. But no, I would keep what you have. That's just too much of a risk. I understand you have DJ Moore, but DJ Moore probably still DJ Moore's going to be productive. That man just gets productive. You could give him the guy was productive with Teddy Bridgewater. How? He still had 1,000. Like the guy is just a yards machine, man. Like he's just.
Yeah, he had like 4,000 receiving yards in Carolina. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like the guy,
he's
no matter
probably going to lead the Bears as the all-time leading receiver.
It was already like a third of the way there. After
next year.
I have a feeling that so much of the focus on Keenan Allen is going to be on him that DJ's just going to run off and take off. Roma Dunze is not going to be productive this year. I don't think so.
He's going
to he's going to be this year's freaking oh my
Jason.
gosh. No. I have a brain fart right now. Help me out, guys. Seattle's rookie.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson. That's what I said last night.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, you're right.
JSN.
I was like, yeah, they had DK and Lockett, and then he came in as number 3.
Yeah.
But you do realize JSN did have 750 yards.
No, he did good.
Yeah.
So
way better than QJ, that's for sure.
Once Lockett's gone, JSN is going to, elevate. Like I have a feeling JSN is going to be really good this year.
He's going to be the number 1 guy this year. That's all that matters.
JSN?
QJ.
Oh, QJ?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know.
Hopefully it's a good thing.
Let's hope he fixes catching. Probably
he did.
But yeah, Cody, I hope that helps and gives you some
throwing them balls all off season. We got this.
But yeah. So I hope that eases your decisions on that a little bit. But
But at the end
if
of the
you
day,
do pull the trigger,
say, it's your team. You do what you want to do.
You pull the trigger, but you do not give more than a third. If you give him more than a third, then you can't do it.
If you do pull the trigger, like weeks from now, and
what if they haven't had their draft yet? It's like a swap. Like here's
come back and let me know.
And my first for your first.
I would love to hear what you got. Like what picks you gave up.
Martin, answer that. Answer what Mark said. I want to know what you think.
What if he? Because he said he's in win now mode. So what if he had a good year last year, and he has to give up Purdy and his first for the number 2 overall pick? Like, say they haven't had their dynasty draft yet.
Right, they haven't had their draft yet.
Yeah,
so Purdy and some picks to get the 102.
To do it.
I don't
know. It's like a 12-man, and he's like the 10th pick.
No, you don't do that win now mode.
Yeah, you need your first and second round. That's what I'm saying. Third round is the most you can give because you can't. You're gonna need that first and second round if you're willing.
Mark's thinking ahead to get a high draft pick again is what he's saying. I know. Give me my championship, and I'll deal with that later. I can't, because then you're giving up a potential good QB. Like the 49ers are productive. Like it's just, I'm sorry, they just are. So yeah, Derek, what's up, man? How are you? Boy, your Steelers, man. Let's talk about these teams. Let's talk about these teams. What I miss? Bryan, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit like Bryan, maybe just a little bit. I do have some negative things about him as well. It's not all positive. So,
who we talking about right now? You said Steelers.
Well, Derek's a Steelers fan.
So. Let's talk about the Steelers.
When is a good time to start your first fantasy? What month are you like? Start this month. Typically for me, June, if you're doing a startup, hold on. If you're doing a startup, yes, I suggest you do it in June. If you're doing a startup, you do it in June before training camp. Mini camp is going to open probably here in the next few days, next week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Just the rookie, but don't do it by July when the actual camp is open, because then people start getting hurt. I prefer them being on rosters, and then you can laugh at your mates that they drafted a dude who's out for the season. So, I prefer doing it in June. You could wait all the way till July, end of July, early August, but that's like redraft era, and then you don't want to put in your dynasty with your redraft. I prefer June's if you're doing a startup. And then after that, for the years, if you're doing dynasty after that, you can go early July, late July if you want, early as May if you want, depending if you guys want to play, Russian roulette with your picks and do it before the NFL draft. I've seen that. It's amazing. It's like Weenie Hut Jr. and the Salty Platoon. These guys who draft before the actual NFL draft, they're playing with their picks. They're playing with their picks. Like, I prefer to wait to where their landing spots are and then do the draft. So that's just me. So
yeah, that's just too much to try to wrap my head around. Like, okay, it's my dynasty draft. Where do I think this person's going to go? Where do I think this person's going to go?
Yeah, imagine the guy that got Brock Bowers thinking, oh, he's going to Chargers.
Oh, right? And then he goes to the Raiders, who already had Michael Mayer last year.
He's going to the Jets.
The most deep, and they have so many tight ends. They collect tight ends like Thanos, collects Infinity Stones. I don't understand why they just need all of them.
Hey,
yeah, it's nuts.
It's the way they is. Like, they're going to be strong at the tight end spot.
Oh yeah.
How's it going tonight? It's going okay. We'll see. So far, my voice is not giving out on yet.
Sorry.
So we'll see. But yeah.
He said, "Could you imagine drafting Malik Nabers in a league that drafts before the end of the draft?"
Well, you better hope they're Giants.
You have no idea who's throwing them the damn ball.
No.
Who's blocking for their quarterback?
Yeah.
No, that's the answer. It's easy to answer. Nobody.
Nope. Turnstiles.
But are you still taking Malik Nabers, though? That's the question. The talent is very good. Are you still taking him?
He's last of the three wide receivers. He's the last one now.
So you're putting Rome over him now?
Romo over him, yeah.
Oh, I would put Rome over him, yeah.
Okay.
I thought beforehand, I think that he's more explosive. I think he reminds me almost like DJ Moore when he has the ball in his hand. Like he's that explosive. He's that talented of running with the ball and getting yak and all that. I just worry that he's going to go to a team that can't get him the ball. That he's going to be pissed off all the time.
I'm taking him over Rome Odunze still. I'm going to take him, but I'm not going to play him. I'm only going to play him when I know the Giants are going to be okay against a really crappy team. If not, they are the crappy team. We'll see. But I know next year in my dynasty that they're going to have a high draft pick, and they're probably, or if not, who knows? What if Dak decides to say F you to the Cowboys? I'm joining them. I don't know. That's a possibility.
That's a hard sell, man.
And you got Dak with Nabers, or you got Fields with Nabers. There's still teams that could go this year. Like, I'm going
to be 100% honest with you guys right now. I'm at the 5 and 6 in our draft, and I'm contemplating like Worthy over Nabers.
And that's a solid option because he's with the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's a very solid option. Look, there is 6 wide receivers that are all very talented and all in very good spots.
All right, I just go piss Martin off and get Coleman.
You can do that. It's up to you. But
these press conferences are winning me over.
Hey, you got to get your guy. You're at the spot. You traded for that pick. You do what you got to do.
What do you guys think about Russell Wilson ending up with the Giants, possibly?
That's a very possible answer. Overall, I'm still taking Malik Nabers over Rome because I know, like, in my eyes, he's a better receiver. He's a better receiver, and that's just how I feel about it.
I don't think I agree because I think Rome Odunze is a better high point ball receiver in the NFL. The things that he can do translate better to the NFL game than to the college game because there's going to be times where you're not the best athlete on the field. And at all times, Malik Nabers was always the best athlete on the field when he was playing in college. I just feel like you can't always go for that. So, I want to give me the 6'3" guy with, the great hand, huge hands, and the jumping ability because I know it works in the NFL. You know, but you're taking a risk with either way. But I think that he is the more sure thing, and then Malik Nabers could be something that's special because he could be Steve Smith, or he goes to the wrong team and just doesn't ever develop to what you think he is. Because I mean, you're going against the best of the best now. So.
I'm willing to take that risk.
I mean, he showed up in New York and he just did not look like he wanted to be there. You see that video of him arriving in New York? No. And Dayball comes out to get him, and he's like throwing his bags down. He's like, "Hi, nice to meet you." But he just looked like he had no interest in being there. And then there's the one video where he was on a live stream, and someone on the live stream asked him, like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on the Giants?" And he turned the live stream off.
He just left. He just left.
He literally ended his live. He's like, "Here's what I think of it."
Overall, Daniel Jones. He's like,
overall dynasty in the long run, it's going to be harder to acquire Rome Odunze than it is Nabers, probably. Like, I'm just saying, like, overall, because he's with the Giants now, and people are going to be like, "Oh, I don't like that spot." He's probably going to be cheaper this year if you can go acquire him, and then just let him sit there for a year or two if you have the roster spots. Eventually, at some point, he'll probably go somewhere else, and he'll be really good. But it happens. I don't. Say what?
Another press conference. He said how he talked to Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but yeah. So I'm still taking Nabers. Do you think Pittsburgh can make the? Yeah, I think so.
I love what they did O-line. That's why I want to talk about. Oh.
Let's talk about them because we're talking about players, but we're not actually talking about these teams. They are by far my number one team that did really well in the draft. I absolutely love what they did this offseason, and on top of the cherry on top of what they did this draft. This draft, what they did was amazing. I don't think I could tell you a better pick. Like they went out.
How do you do this? How do you change all your quarterback? How you change your entire line? My feeling about their line is a complete 180 from what they did last year. Like I don't understand. They're young, powerful, and athletic after being old, slow, and terrible. Like
they got Frazier and Furtado. Big upgrades right there. Roman Wilson could be. Oh man, Roman Wilson could be a very good sleeper, and he could develop to be something very good because he's like, he's special. He really is, but he's got to develop, and we'll see.
Braden.
What?
Said the Steelers just improved their offensive line for the two guys who held onto the ball the longest, so now they can hold on to it even longer.
But it does. Who in history has held the ball longer than Big Ben? Ben Roethlisberger used to hold on to the ball longer than anyone. Pittsburgh is used to this.
That's because he could, though. Dude was like 6'6", 280. People just be on him. He'd be like, now he's open. Like three guys trying to tackle him. And he's just sitting there like, there you go.
Because he had the shortest snap like of old time when there in that last 2 years. As soon as it was snapped, he would throw it immediately within like 2
Ben didn't fumble nearly as much though.
So
you're not wrong.
And that's like the first 3 picks were amazing. I really think that Roman Wilson's going to be good. And then my favorite pick, who I think a lot of Steelers fans probably don't know who he is Peyton Wilson. They're going to like him. They're going to like Peyton Wilson. They'll see why. So I'm really excited on what the Steelers do. So
I don't know if Peyton Wilson plays for 2 years.
Because of his injuries?
Because of Alex Highsmith.
Well, yeah, but what linebacker pops off right away?
I think Holcomb could get hurt. Holcomb could get hurt. Holcomb's might be hurt right now.
What linebacker pops off right away? Usually it takes about 2 years for them to actually develop. Like I've been waiting for Christian Harrison. Yeah, no, but he's an outlier. I've been waiting for Christian Harrison. He's finally getting his actual year to actually do something in Houston. I'm waiting. They're really good, but the linebackers are just like the linebackers are the running backs of the defense, but also the QB developed of the defense. Or the tight ends, because it takes them years to actually finally get the spot, and then when they get the spot, if they're good, they stay there. If not, they ship them off within a few years.
I think that's a good one. A good comparison is tight end, because there's
they don't pop off right away.
A tight end who comes in and just is amazing. It takes them 2 to 3 years to learn the game, to know what you can do, because it's a totally different game. I mean, in college, I could literally with 2 hands push a dude, turn around, catch the ball, no problem. You know, you can't necessarily do that.
It's not even.
Don't hold your breath too long. We didn't even pick up his 5th-year option.
It's not even the situation of that. It's because there's always a talent in front of them.
There is a lot.
That's the issue. Most linebackers come in, there's always somebody right in front of them. And that's why it takes these linebackers to develop, or because there's just no plans for them right away. So, but no, again, the Steelers fans are really going to love this guy. I think they will. Like he's really good. Not my favorite linebacker, but definitely my number 2. So,
do you not like? I mean, Patrick Queen being there. I think that's a better position for him, being in Pittsburgh than where he was with the Ravens. I believe.
Look, after the 3rd or 4th year, and they're still not in that role, I kind of give up on them, man. Patrick Queen's just a regular dude. He's above average. Don't get me wrong.
He's a good inside linebacker as long as he goes to a team where he doesn't have to be the leader.
But he's not that guy. Exactly.
He doesn't
not that
to a team.
Guy.
He doesn't have to be the leader. That's exactly. He's going to a team that already has T.J. Watt. That already has Cameron Hayward. It always has Mika Fitzpatrick. You know, that has all these. Even I mean, I put Joey Porter in front of him. I'm just saying he went to a team that has all these great players that all he has to do is play football.
Yeah,
and I think that's the right place for him. He's going to be healthy. He's going to play hard, and that's going to elevate this team even more too. I mean, they just made really, really good moves. Everyone on their line now is solid.
The line they did McCormick.
They changed the line up. It's good now.
It should be good. Just let them develop. But Katani's in here. Then boys is here. What's up, guys?
And then reunited.
And it feels so good.
So I'm loving what they did. I really do like what the Steelers did. They're my number 1 like graded team that I just absolutely love what they did. I have no hate on what they did. So everyone, the line has been the biggest thing.
Even Cordero Patterson was good. Like, I mean, they have depth for days at many positions. I'm loving them. And that division is going to be murder row. Like, you don't know, you don't want to play any of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to play at the
play. That's what you said. Lamar, Burrow, Russ, and Watt get back to 4. What a division.
Yeah. No, and I do believe that they have changed it. Me and Mark have been complaining about that line for good 3 seasons now. Like, just how terrible, and they never.
They finally did something. Giant.
Yeah, last year we laughed at them. We laughed at them like big time because they literally did nothing for it. Like, I was like, what? And then this year they're like, bam, let's focus on this line 100%. They got 3 solid guys. So I give it by mid-season, they'll figure it out. And I think they're going to be like, all right. It takes those 5 guys to figure it out, their strengths and weaknesses. So, yeah. Will Tomlin stay success or not? I think he's over PA media fans get the feeling that being Florida Bucks or Dolphins. Yeah, no, they'll stay. That was so stupid. He has to stay.
He better stay.
Like, I know 28 other teams that would love to have him.
Yeah, the line has been trashed. Yeah, but they haven't done anything since then, though. Like I said, the last 3 years since what has it been 4 years now? 5 years? Well, it's been
4 years.
19 or 20. I can't remember. But look,
that was 20 right after the pandemic, right?
I can't remember. But look, they haven't done anything. And this is the first time they did something. Like 3 of their draft picks were linemen. And they're all good dudes. I'm telling you, Cal, they're going to be.
The 2 guys they had there are good, are still there. And then they added to it. So, I mean, Broderick Jones, I felt like last year was a good pick. James Daniels coming from the Bears is a solid right guard, right? Now you put Zach Frazier there with Fatanu. Mason McCormick was your best lineman already. So, like, you literally have 5 good guys. As long as they stay healthy, you're good in Pittsburgh.
I think next year is what they can do is develop the depth for it to keep it that way. Been over 6 years at lineman nasty. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it, and they had done nothing. Like, my answer to everything you're saying, that how trash they have been in years, is I'm going to tell you the same thing, is they actually did something. And the last years, they haven't done anything. So end of discussion on that. We know. Trust me. We know. Talked about Washington. We like what they did. We liked about the Steelers. Did Bears, obviously. Is there a team that actually stood out before I mention mine?
I told you Minnesota. I love what Minnesota did. But I think Detroit really hit a home run with their first and second round picks.
Armstead.
But I mean, they got maybe the best cornerback in the draft in the 20s. Like, and what do they have problems with? Defending the pass.
DBs. DBs has always been their issue.
So they get better rushing and they get more DBs. That was great. It really was. It makes so much sense. And that's why I hate it, but I respect the hell out of it. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do like that they did, like, they went back-to-back corners. Like, and it's kind of like no team really does that often, unless they're in desperate needs. The issue with that is they're really banking everything on these 2 young guys. They really are. These young men are gonna come into this league and they're gonna face guys like Jettas, and they're gonna get burnt. They'll understand the game, how they're gonna have to adapt to that. So are they good? Yes. They're going to have to adapt quickly rather than give them that rookie year leeway. That's not going to happen. These guys are going to come in and fed to the wolves right away. They have to develop right away and figure this out. The good thing is they get to practice with Amon-Ra St. Brown for the next 3 months and figure that out. So that's good. So yeah, what's up, Grant? And then O-line, good pick in there in the third. The running back was kind of interesting to me, but that gives them depth. Why? Because running backs somehow just kind of they're in Detroit. Just I don't know what it is.
They played 3. I mean, they played 3 every season.
Yeah, it don't even matter who the coach is. It just seems like it's always a rotation of 3 to 4 of them anyway. So, but no, it's I do like what they did. So we'll see if that elevates their game, because they have to face freaking Jordan Love, who has been like good all of a sudden. Now they also got to deal with Watson and Dobbs, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. See what Rome Odunze does. They also got to play against Justin Jefferson and then freaking Addison. And like, there's a lot of talent that these guys have to figure out quick, because there is no other team that has this much talent in their own division. With all 3 teams, there's going to be multiple threats.
I have no idea who's going to be better in this division. Like, I have no clue what the hell is going to happen. I think it's possible that all 3 teams win at least 8 games and no one wins over 12.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the Norths are the best divisions?
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
It's going to be the interesting one to watch.
The AFC and NFC North are the most competitive divisions.
So Saber said, for Lions, love going at CB hard in the draft, needed it after one short year of injured Gardner Johnson and Sutton, off-field issues.
Yeah. So.
And then Anthony said, I'm glad Dallas didn't get Brooks. Hey, they got the Patriots' number one receiver from last year, okay?
And
I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know
was their number one weapon altogether.
Zeke was their number one receiver last year, okay?
It's terrible. All right, so Bryan mentioned the Lions. Mark, you have anybody?
I want to talk about this team since apparently we're going to just talk about our rivals in our division. But what do you think of what the Eagles did?
Thank you. That was my next.
That was a good one too, man.
They won. They didn't trade up to get their guy.
Quarters. You got two.
Two. How crazy it was that they didn't draft anybody from Georgia.
Yeah, that was weird.
They got two, like Cooper DeJean in the second round. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah,
that dude was supposed to be a top 5 pick. He's supposed to be the best guy in the secondary in the whole draft, and they got the second round. I was like, good Lord.
I feel like Mitchell is still a better corner, but DeJean can actually go play safety if he needed. He's going to be that best nickel.
He's going to be safety, nickel.
He will be a safety.
He's going to be that really good nickel that they're going to love.
But Mitchell will be like actual, like, you can go ahead and go, Sly. I got this now.
Yeah, and then Jalen Hunt for that edge runner, like, add another piece to that great defensive line already. They're going to have depth. And then my guy, who I kind of liked, is Will Shipley. I kind of have this weird soft spot for him. I like how he played in Clemson. So, but
I was like, man, your defense didn't need to get any better. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah, they were willing.
Like, I was excited for Slay to leave finally, and now I'm like, can Slay stay there? Because he might be worse than what they had.
So I hate the Eagles after this draft. Well, you always hate the Eagles. You're just born to hate the Eagles. You came out
just bad because the Cowboys. The Cowboys got offensive linemen.
Well, yeah, but it
seems like they're rebuilding. They're playing like they're doing things like they're rebuilding a team. And they just didn't tell
you. The word is they're trying to save money for CD.
Yeah.
To debate what they're doing with Dak. I think there was one. Oh, Mike Parsons.
Parsons, yeah.
Yeah, so
like they have these people who are coming up, and they got to pay them, so they're not trying to break the bank right now.
Yeah, the rest of the guys are talented. Jeremiah Trotter.
I like Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah, I was pissed.
That team is perfect to go to.
For him to develop there, yes. I don't think he's going to be like this crazy stud at all, really, but he will be a solid guy that's going to be there for a while.
How did they get Trotter? Like,
I don't know.
That's a perfect match. Like, you're going to your daddy's team?
Historically, that's amazing for them. Like, I'm pretty sure his dad is just as proud. Like, I'm pretty sure that entire freaking house went crazy when that happened. So.
Feels like Jerry said to McCarthy and Dak, one more ride and then blow it all up. Possible.
But they said, but we're not going to sign any of your guys, and we ain't going to ruin the line and make everything worse than it was.
I hope, and for Dak's sake, okay, I don't care.
Steelers got to steal with Wilson. He's an underrated receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roman. Yeah, I said earlier. I was talking about them. Talking about Roman. Roman, I think he's going to be something special. So we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna have to head off to bed. I have an early morning. You'll have a good one. Yeah, you too. Thanks for starting up.
Hey man, take care of yourself.
And trust me, I'm gonna be right behind you pretty soon.
Good dude. Good dude. So look, overall, yeah, we should be calling here quits anyways.
I figured we go through the Eagles and then maybe do Gridiron.
Sure.
Eagles another. I'm like, man, I think Eagles keep killing the draft. I swear.
Yeah, every year they got good scouts, man.
Like all those talks about how they're going to trade up with the Broncos so they can get Mitchell, and then he just falls to them at 20.
Just falls in their lap, and then you get Cooper DeJean after that. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Like it's like I want to hate it, but it's like I can't even hate what they did. I mean, I can hate it, but it's like I don't blame them for what they did. Like I do the
That's
same
how
thing.
That's how I feel about Minnesota and Detroit.
Right?
Like I hate them, but they did a good ass job. That's just
Right?
it was smart. Everything you did, I would do the same
Ugh.
exact thing in your position.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just I
The
feel like I
Eagles
look at
have
what
a
the
good
Giants did. I see what the
scouting team.
Cowboys did. I'm like, okay, you guys are just doing what you do. But then I'm like, freaking Eagles, man.
Yeah. So Eagles obviously come on top again. They do they're one of the top teams again. I like what they did. I have no complaints. They did amazing. So as for other teams, I'll probably get into depth myself. What's up?
Arizona was interesting.
That was my other team, the fifth team. I felt like they had so many picks to figure out what they wanted to do, and we talked about this before coming in. I love they didn't trade anywhere. They kept their picks and they went with their guys. They got Chop Robinson and freaking Marvin Harrison in the first.
Yep. Oh, Chop Robinson's going to be. Did you guys see his press conference about how he prepares? I was like, oh my god, I wish you were on my team.
He's really good at what he did in the Senior Bowl. If you guys, if you don't watch Senior Bowl, you're missing out. It's a really good game. He impressed a lot of scouts. He did really good. I watched him. I liked him. I think he's going to be very, very good, and I think that fits where he needs to be. So
would
good
you be
for him.
surprised if Arizona wins their division next year?
I wouldn't say wins the division.
I don't know.
I say wild card.
I'm just saying.
Just
listen to me. So Seattle lost their coach, right? So lost the offensive coordinator. They're restarting all of that stuff in Seattle, right? The Rams lost one of the greatest defensive players that have ever lived. They lost that off their team. So I'm just saying, with the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr., with Kyler being healthy, they already have a good running back. Their defense finally getting a rush in a division that was already competitive. It wasn't like they were getting killed. I'm just saying, is it possible that Kyler fixes all his mistakes and they could make a run at this division?
I think they could, but I still think wild card would be my expectation.
I don't think any wild card is coming from anyone but the North. That's why I think all three, both wild cards are coming north.
No, it's 3 wild cards.
Yeah. Well, maybe 2 north and 1 east, because one's going to win a division. The other 2 come with wild card, and then maybe 1 east.
Okay.
I told you about the Camp Commanders.
I do like that.
I know. I was going to say that was the one thing I was excited for. I was like, hey, according to Bryan, we're going to win 9 games, guys.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a very good possibility. Like overall, these teams all grade A's. Yeah. These are all grade A's. From what they have, like overall, there is still a handful of teams.
I know. I was telling my dad, I was like, it's so weird. I was like looking at NFL.com, ESPN, Bleacher Report. I was like, our draft is on the top of like every one of these sites
because you guys did what you guys.
Like, this is what it's like to have like competent leadership.
Yes,
this is new. I like it. We got the most improved after free agency. Now we're at the top of drafts. I was like, competency. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. Outside the Cardinals.
You don't understand, man. 25 years of Daniel Snyder was the worst.
Yeah,
that dude wouldn't listen to anybody he brought in. He would just draft whoever he wanted.
Yeah. So outside the Cardinals, really good. I feel like I need to mention that the Chargers did really good. The Giants actually did okay, except they probably could have been a little bit better on like mid rounds. And the Patriots did okay as well. But again, from the teams that we talked about today, all damn grade A's for sure. But overall, not bad. All right. Let's end it here. Now, this is Gridiron Heights. We watched these. This was last week before the draft. So mind that. Keep that in mind. This one was the draft special. So keep that in mind. So what's that? Eagles made history with the 2. Oh my gosh. I think that was their intention, but they went with Bowers anyway. So, do you guys remember the NFL Network used to top 10 series, top 10 worst free agent sign? Yeah, I remember that.
That's not.
Yeah, yeah, I remember those were some fun times. But I felt like they got too much criticism and they had to change their way they aired stuff. So let's watch this real quick and then we'll call it ending. Again, once I figure out when the schedule comes out, I will be doing your guys' teams individually. And I'm gonna go more in depth with everything. So what you hear today was the top 5 that we felt like were good. We all felt like they were just outstanding. So but this one is just before the draft. Let's watch it and then let's have a good laugh.
Nothing is better for team building than escape room. So this NFL draft, escape the green room.
Out. Once everyone's favorite part of draft night, watching the children squirm as we decide their future. So the goal is very simple. Escape the green room before the end of round 1.
The door is just open for me? Bust it.
Okay, it's easier for some people to escape than running. God, Showcase is pink, but it's not even October.
Hold up. This old man is giving me the ick.
Which of you will escape the green room next?
Wouldn't mind if Jaden Daniels escaped next, though he is a bit reckless.
Wait, that's not how you stop. Oh, God. Oh.
This is normal. Stop the cat!
There's a lot of tricks in these escape rooms, though, so Drake may slide.
Escaping the green room is mainstream media bullshit.
Hey, it looks like 23 people have escaped before Roger.
What do you mean villain origin story? I'm fine. I'm well adjusted. I just don't like watching children cry next to their moms or college girlfriends.
My mom girlfriend and I had no trouble getting out.
Wow.
Some of our puzzles are very challenging, like the room where you have to explain old tweets.
Mitch Trubisky, explain this tweet.
I was hacked.
Correct. You escaped before Mahomes.
Really?
We even have challenges specifically designed for this class.
Oh, didn't run at the combine? High maintenance alert. Cooper DeJean, take your position.
Oh, no.
Really? But you're, you know.
This is Colleen McKinstry's escape room.
Oh, yeah.
JJ, time's up.
Now, I thought we should add...
JJ, run!
And if you liked all these escape rooms, we also have Escape the Bills.
Oh, no.
Escape
Escape the Bills.
It's so coach. Okay, now how am I going to escape this room?
Our dare is really cooking up a scheme this time. Them Cowboys are all in. Let's see here. Keep Nagy. Bring back McCarthy. No big free agents. Hell, we signed Zeke, carried it too. Woo! This year will be different because it's exactly the same.
Again, that was before the draft, so.
Dude, that JJ was great. JJ run!
Yeah.
It's JJ with Daniel Jones.
I did like the Cooper DeJean one, though.
Right, Eric. But, you know, you're...
Yeah. So... Again, hopefully they make another one here soon as minicamp. They've been doing a little bit more shorts, so I guess the team has been doing a little bit more. But that's what we got there. So, guys, I'm back, kind of, sort of. I will not be here Sunday. I have more duties to do, but hopefully these guys bring you more content.
We'll be there, so it's all right.
So last week, things just didn't play out. So, but yeah, next week, hopefully the ADP for all fantasy football around across the boards, we'll try and do that. We're going to do some mock drafts here coming soon, especially once IDP kicks in. We're going to go in full defensive mode, talk about that, as well as myself breaking down your teams. And I think I'm actually going to have a schedule for you guys this year. So
I see
you guys know when you guys' team will come out. So, guys, thank you for having me back. It's good to be back. Ish.
Well, good, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, so Resex can carry the yeah. So anyways, guys, anything last before we end it?
Nah, man. Love football. I'm love that we able to talk all this football. Can't wait till Sunday.
All right.
JD's back.
All I can say is don't edit the video because I put the first 20 minutes as title. It's back.
It's back. It was just kind of like, hey, what happened?
You should have had a newspaper with your picture on it saying "I'm back," and then lower down. Just say, "Here you are."
I just have declined the 50-year option for me. That doesn't surprise me. Look, I think Justin Fields might be an option there. That's a wild accusation. But if I say that now, and if it happens, I will come back to May 1st and then cut.
You heard it now. Next year, Dallas, Justin Fields, New York Giants, Dak Prescott.
We'll see. All right. But yeah, Kadani, you have a good night as well, my friend.
Yes, Kadani, have a great night, man.
So, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you guys are at. This is Dynasty Pylon with Bryan, Mark, and myself as we talk about Dynasty football and all your trades and everything like that. So, come back for more. And look, football's in full swing, man. It really is. Like, despite what you say, there's going to be a lot of mini camps open up. And
rookies are reporting.
Yeah. So let's go. Football's not a lot closer than what you think. Next thing you know, by July, we're going to do your drafts. So, yeah.
Bryan has 4 people showing up.
All right.
Jesus. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.
Getting hyped when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.